What's up, everybody? This is the third episode of Franchise Chat, but actually it's not the third episode. I decided to break it up into parts, so it's technically the first episode, part 3. And I'm here today with Mario Piaquadio once again.
Hello, everybody.
Today, it's time to talk about Uncharted 3.
The best Uncharted.
Yes, the best. And then people are probably going to hate us for saying that.
Yeah, but I don't care. I stand by it.
Yep, me too. If you don't know what Franchise Chat is, each episode we talk about one series from the beginning to the end, each installment in that franchise.
Yeah, like we said, we both think this is the best game in the franchise. Some people think Uncharted 2 gets that reward, so to speak, but we don't agree. We think Uncharted 3 is the ultimate Uncharted, at least before Uncharted 4. And we want to sort of tell you what we think and why we think it deserves to be the best Uncharted game.
Yep. And with Uncharted 3, one thing I liked is the whole, like, what the hell moment. I don't think it was, like, the supernatural twist. I think it was whenever you went back and played as kid Nathan Drake.
Yeah, that was right from the start, and Naughty Dog did an awesome job of covering that up. Like, nobody expected that. That was out of the blue. It was like something like, I think, the second or third chapter where it started, and that was out of the blue, and that was incredible. When the museum shot starts and it pans back, you don't know what's going on, and then it says something like 20 years ago or something like that, and you see small Nathan Drake in Colombia. That was mind-blowing. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome. And I think it kind of is lame that they had some pretty major spoilers in Uncharted 4. I'm glad that they chose to cover everything up with 3.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I didn't watch some trailers for Uncharted 4.
Same. The only thing I don't think the marketing did a good job of in Uncharted 3 was that the entire airplane sequence, they kind of ruined that with some subway ads, which really sucked.
Yeah. But luckily, I didn't see any of those.
Oh, I saw them all the time, and trust me, it sucked. It gave the entire thing away, and that's one of the best moments of the entire game.
Yeah, that train moment. I mean, last episode I said plane. Now it's excellent saying train.
So yeah,
that plane moment when he's like falling to the sky is literally like awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. But I think we'll get to that because there's, I think, quite a bit to unpack with Uncharted 3. So, like we were saying, one of the coolest things for me in that beginning, when in Colombia, is that you don't only get to see Nate as a child, well, as a sort of young teenager, but you also see how he met Sully. And how the relationship evolved, and that's such a cool moment because you, from the previous games, you as a player already know and love Sully, but I think this gave some sort of special depth to their relationship.
Exactly. It's really interesting because in 1 and 2 we had no idea about any of that.
Exactly.
It's funny that they
allude. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's alright. I was just gonna say, it's funny that they kept it a secret all the way until the third game.
Yeah, they did a good job of keeping it a secret and not letting people know that was gonna happen. Because in the other games and even in Uncharted 2, there's some banter between the both of them, where they just tell stories about random places, like, oh, remember that time in Peru, and stuff like that you don't know, but it sounds like a fun time.
Exactly.
They always allude to stuff like that, and the fact that we as a player now know how their relationship started, I think was a pivotal moment for that game, because it already went out of the similar beat that Uncharted 1 and 2 went through, because those two are very similar games, and right from the get-go, Uncharted 3 steered right away from that.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
And one thing that's awesome about Uncharted 3 is the opening, because do you remember the opening of the game, like how it all took place?
Yeah, in the bar.
Yeah, like the way the camera like pans and like all you see is their legs and it like
Yeah,
goes to the bar and then they walk in like badasses.
yeah. The thing is, it already. People say that there's not that much of a big leap between Uncharted 2 and 3, but that scene right there, you're so right, shows how cinematic Uncharted was, and it was very different. It had a very much movie-like vibe, even though that's what the previous had. But that the cinematic of the legs only walking and then showing slowly that it was Nate and Sully trying to make a deal for the ring, and it was very cinematic and very different. It had also, in gameplay-wise, a lot of focus on melee combat, which was a little tweaked from the previous games. And I still see that it's such a small thing, but I see like you get in a bar fight as one of my favorite things in Uncharted because it's so ridiculous and cool.
Yeah, I just love the way they implement the environments into the combat. He'll like grab a bottle and bust over someone's head.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can smash a plate into their face and stuff like that.
Or a fish. You can hit them with a fish.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
And that actually gives you a trophy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, so right from the get-go, it has some different melee elements and much more focus on melee and like the cinematism of it all, which was already fantastic. Right from the three first chapters, you can tell this is the same, but not really, like steering away from Uncharted 1 and 2, which were very, very similar.
Yeah, and the fact that like throughout the whole game, it's full of like cinematic, like beautiful, epic moments that are more focused on, like you were saying, like the cinematography of the game and not like the action or explosions, but just the beauty.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of beautiful scenery and pan shots and stuff that just makes you sit and look around for a bit because everything's so beautiful and so cinematic. I I just have so many special memories with that game. I've probably played through that game and finished it around 6 times.
Yeah, I'm somewhere around there too.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's also the kind of game that you can play over and over again and never really get tired of it.
Yep, definitely. And one thing we didn't talk about last episode was the multiplayer in Uncharted 2 and 3.
That's true. Yeah.
Which I really liked. Did you ever get into it?
Yeah, I got more into Uncharted 3's multiplayer because I played it first, which is kind of weird, but I played it first, so that was where more people went. And yeah, the multiplayer in Uncharted and The Last of Us is really fun. Naughty Dog is not only the best developer out there for single player, but they do really cool multiplayer modes.
Yeah, I think the only thing Naughty Dog is lacking, because I think they achieve greatness in their single player and multiplayer, I feel like the only thing they're missing is all like different modes in their multiplayer.
Yeah, that's true. It's basically just one mode over and over.
Yeah, I mean, they have like co-op and stuff, but I don't know, it's...
Yeah, it can get tiresome for some people, but just to play a bit of multiplayer in the games, I think is really fun. After I beat Uncharted 3, I played multiplayer for like 2 weeks, and same thing with The Last of Us.
Hello?
So, yeah,
I thought I lost you for a second. I'll cut this out.
Yeah, okay. So one thing I really appreciate about Uncharted is that, in my mind, it has the best villain in the franchise.
Oh, yeah.
At least so far, because let's talk a bit to the listeners.
It has two villains. Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, well, it has Marlowe and what's the dude's name?
Her son, what is it? Marlowe and...
They're both really cool. I think
I can't remember.
The Marlowe character is really cool, and the other guy, you just hate the living shit out of the other guy. Like,
yeah, and for some reason the game makes you think he has superpowers the whole game.
Yeah, exactly, because they drug you, and that's like I think both our theme here is that Uncharted 3 really drifted away from some of the beats. Like every scene where Drake is drugged, that which is kind of all surreal and very trippy, is very different and extremely cool.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's just fantastic. I think not only did it steer away from the things that the previous games did, but it also amped it up. Like just sorry, Uncharted 3 in my mind has three of the coolest set pieces
Yep.
or big things, like the French chateau. When it's burning, when you're escaping, you
Oh
feel
yeah,
a
that is.
huge adrenaline rush.
You feel like you're on fire,
Yeah, you feel amazing after that. You're like all hyped up.
and it's beautiful. I took so many pictures on the PS4
Exactly, it
version.
is too. It's super gorgeous, and that the playing sequence, which straight up looked like a cutscene. It
Oh yeah.
when you get after the plane drops and you feel amped up, but then they drop you. They lift you up and they make you feel super amped up, and then they drop you down and they go, no, Drake is dying. Like he's in the desert dying. You need to
Yep.
do something, and it all looks like a beautiful cutscene. You can't
Yeah.
believe
I
you're
couldn't
actually
believe that
controlling it.
that I was supposed to move him. Like I was waiting for him to start walking in the desert.
Exactly. Yeah, the same thing to me. It looks so beautiful. I was staring at the screen. I was like, do I have to move it?
Yeah.
And that, and my absolute favorite moment in, I think, the entire Uncharted franchise, which is
The
right
desert.
before the desert. Actually, the desert is probably my second favorite.
Oh, yeah.
The cruise, the boat scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. I
Let's
love that.
let's just talk about every epic moment.
Yeah, I think
So
those three are the biggest epic moments, but there's probably some others.
so there's the one part that I always forget about, but I love the rush of it, and it's whenever he's on the back of the Jeep trying to jump onto the plane.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. That's
And you
such
actually have to steer the car, which is awesome.
yeah, that's such an action movie scene, but done in such a cool way.
Yeah. And what else was there? I know there's a lot of awesome
Yeah.
spots.
For me, I named to me the big three, those three. But there's also small stuff like you said, like
The desert,
simply
the boat,
the desert,
and
the
what was
boat,
your other one?
and the French chateau. For
Oh
me.
yeah.
For me, those are the three big things. But there's also big, huge. There's puzzles there, but there's different kind of puzzles. Like when you open the doors to a realm of the pillars, the thing you're actually looking for, that has such grand scale and such a it feels so big and so epic. Like simply the doors opening and you seeing a beautiful vista near you.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I think we also forgot to talk about in Uncharted 2, but I can't remember if it's in Uncharted 2. Did every Uncharted game try to kill Sully and then lie to us?
Uncharted 2 didn't kill Sully.
Uncharted 1 made you
Uncharted 1
think.
definitely did. Definitely did. You thought he was dead. You didn't care that much about him. That,
Yeah, at that time.
that dude shoots him and you're like, oh man, that sucks. And
Yeah,
then
because it's
he's
like
back and
early-ish
you're like,
in the
oh,
game.
this dude's cool. Then in Uncharted 2, you kind of like the guy, and then he's like, nope, I'm out of this. And you're like, oh, alright. And then, like we were saying at the beginning, you know Sully, you know he's funny and he's cool, but he's not really that much in Uncharted 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because in Uncharted 1, he is there at the beginning and there at the end. In the middle, he's just not there. And in Uncharted 2, he's just basically there at the beginning and then drops out. But Uncharted 3 is all about those two guys. And like I said, and like you said, seeing how their relationship started, I think was a big way for us to even care more about Sully.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when they killed him off, I thought he was dead for sure. And
Yeah.
I think it was such a clever way to not kill him, because you you see all the supernatural stuff. You expect the supernatural stuff because the previous two games had supernatural twists at the end, and
This is the first one where it's actually kind of not a supernatural
exactly
twist.
that's yeah, that's my point. That's where I'm trying to go at. So you say, oh wow, these are some demons, some weird stuff is going on, and it turns out you're just drugged. It's just
Yeah.
drugs. There's nothing supernatural going on. The water is just poisoned, and that's it.
Has some creepy like moments where he's drugged and like you see like your reflection in the water and you have to like follow what he
It's
does.
super trippy and super creepy too, and it turns out to be just poisoned water, which I think is awesome. And Sully is fine, and you're fine, and you just, oh, this is what Marlowe wants. Nope, let's shit, fuck that.
Yeah. And they so subtly had you like drink the water, and if you notice, like directly after Drake drinks the water is whenever Sully dies.
Yeah, and the eclipse starts to happen immediately after he drinks the water.
Yeah.
So
And they like don't make a big deal out of it at
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
and you
It's
just
like,
think everything's
wow.
going to hell.
Wow, what's that? What's that eclipse? And then shit goes down, and you're like, oh, this sucks. And like I said, it drifts away from the other previous games, and I really don't know what it is, but it's just fantastic. Plus, we get more Drake and Elena, which I love. I love their relationship.
Yeah.
We figure out that they were kind of married at some point and then broke it off. Then Elena
Like they
went
do
to
every
Afghanistan.
time.
Yeah, exactly. They always are high at the end of the game, like in a good spot in their relationship. Then the
Yeah.
next game, they're like, nope.
Oh, it's you again.
Yeah, but in this one they took it a bit farther because they show the whole play with the rings and stuff. And,
Yeah.
And you figure out, oh, these two were married. Wow, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and there's some like really like intimate emotional scenes like between them in this game, which I thought was awesome.
for sure, for sure. It has a focus between the relationship between those two and Nate and Sully, because there's the many scenes like Elena is saying to Drake, like Sully would go to the end of the world for you, but don't make him. Like she's trying to warn you, like if you keep it going, he's probably going to die. Something bad's gonna happen, and then you're gonna feel bad because you're gonna kill him. It's just fantastic. I really love it.
Yep, me too.
I feel like I've been blabbering on, so you please speak up.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because you're saying everything I think. We both agree this is the best game in the series as of right now, which we haven't mentioned. We are literally a little over an hour away from playing Uncharted 4.
Yeah, that's true. I wanted to say that, and I got like ranty and forgot.
So this video is going to come out next week, exactly a week from today. So by the time this posts, we will have already played and probably beaten Uncharted 4.
Yeah, and probably, maybe, hopefully have a review up. But
Yeah.
as of right now, the Uncharted 4 is 1 hour and 10 minutes away from unlocking from the store, because I think Brett also pre-ordered it and preloaded, so did I.
Digital.
Yeah, digital. So in exactly an hour and 10 minutes we're gonna play Uncharted 4, so we're pretty hyped up right now.
Yeah,
so
I can't even believe it.
I can't either.
It's hard to sit here and talk about Uncharted 3.
Oh yeah, I am in such an Uncharted fever right now. Last night, I seriously considered downloading the Nathan Drake collection and playing
Dude,
through
that's so
3 or
funny.
2.
I literally downloaded it 2 days ago just to get the extended trophies in the Nathan Drake collection.
I wanted to play through 3 like in 2 sittings just to play Uncharted because I'm so desperate for it, but I didn't. I'm controlling myself. I know Uncharted 4 is double as long as the previous games, so I will have tons of Uncharted to play.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take it nice and slow on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, I'm not gonna play through the hardest difficulty right away. I'm gonna play on normal first, enjoy myself, and then get my soul crushed in crushing.
Which is why you're gonna review it.
Exactly, because I'm gonna take my time with it. Well, not necessarily take my time with it. I'm sure I'm gonna finish it like in 2 or 3 days. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna play normal, so I don't get annoyed at the game.
exactly. I'm probably gonna hopefully be able to handle hard because I don't think crushing's unlocked from the beginning.
I'm not too sure about it. I've heard. Not really sure. I've heard it maybe. The
If
Unchar-
crushing is already unlocked, I'll play through it on normal, but I don't want to have to beat on normal, then hard, then crushing, even though I'll probably end up playing through it 3 times anyway.
Yeah, I'm not positive. I think that crushing is available
Oh,
even if
okay.
you beat it in normal, but I'm not really sure. Don't take my word for it, but I heard that somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Well, anyway,
Uncharted 3.
yeah.
To
Uncharted
us,
3.
it's the best game. It really is way more cinematic. It has some of the biggest epic moments in the entire franchise.
Yeah, there
It
are
has.
three.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There are three major beats with each game. I think Uncharted 1 handled the banter between the characters the best and the what the hell moment the best.
Yeah.
Uncharted 2 handled explosions and like basically like the gameplay mechanics like to its core are the best. And I think
Mhm.
Uncharted 3 handles storytelling and cinematography the best.
Storytelling for sure, and character development.
Oh yeah.
For sure. One thing we didn't even touch on, and I want to touch on it real quick, is how the game sort of centers with the Francis Drake's ring. It's even in the loading screen. It's what rotates, and the entire game centers on it. And as you're a kid, you're trying to grab it. That's the key to you know, figuring everything out with the cryptic thing and everything. The the game focuses on Nate's sort of selfishness to wanna do what he wants. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the one of the greatest moments is when he is in a realm of the pillars right at the end, and he has to throw that down the ring. Like what everything that ring meant so much for Drake. It
Yeah.
was what drew him towards that life, and he just threw it away and kept the ring of Elena, like his marriage ring, and that just showed what drives up to Uncharted 4. Like, he feels he's done with that life. He feels
Exactly.
he just wants to go home with Elena and just be a regular person for a while.
Yeah, and then something's gonna happen and someone's gonna pull him right back into it.
Yeah,
We'll find
which
out in an hour.
we'll find out in about hour. His brother's gonna come back, but
Yeah.
but it has some amazing character development and some of the biggest, most epic moments in the entire franchise, and that's why we think it's the best game in the franchise.
For sure. And I think, like, yeah, I don't know. It's the best game in the franchise. I don't care what you say.
It is. I could. It's strange. I could both go on for hours, but I also am lost for words on how to describe why I love it so much.
Same here. It's just every little thing about the game. Like, until I played The Last of Us, Uncharted 3 was my number one game of all time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same here for sure. And
Which
Last of Us trumped that.
I sound like a Naughty Dog fanboy because I am. And I'm a
I am
fanboy
too.
of a lot of developers, but they are my favorite.
They are incredible. They are unique. I do not know how they do it. They are very special. Nobody
Yeah.
comes even close to them. And I love many other developers, but nobody comes even near what those guys do. To me, Uncharted 2 to The Last of Us are all tens, like straight up tens masterpieces.
Yep, and I would agree, and I might even throw the first one in there just for what it did, not for what exactly.
Exactly. The first one, looking back, may not be a 10, but at the moment, I could have easily seen it as a 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, that's franchise chat.
Yep. So there you go. There's everything we think about Uncharted 3. We're about to play Uncharted 4 in 1 hour. And I
Oh,
also wanted to throw
God.
out there that we've just surpassed 300 subscribers, so I wanted to say how thankful we are for that.
Yeah, really. Thank you so
It might
much.
sound like a little number, but you know, it means a lot to us.
It does. It really does.
Well, thank you guys, and you can follow me at BrettNLL on Twitter. Where can I follow you at?
You can follow me on Twitter at Mario Not Bros and pretty much every social media out there.
Awesome. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
What ring?
Catherine!
Who do you think you are?